Welcome to channel Samson Strength. I'm Samson. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. That is the subject of your, Old Testament musings from the book of Samson. So I called my dad yesterday, had some ideas to run by him about making some money and stuff like that. And I love my dad. We're kind of taking care of each other now. He's a boomer. He's in his 70s, and one of the reasons I moved back to Wisconsin was actually to take care of him. And my dad loves his kids, loves his grandkids. He really is a good guy. I've got a lot of respect for my dad. Love my dad. My dad, once upon a time, he's been retired for over 20 years, but he had put in 36 years at the paper mill. I think it's the biggest paper mill in the world, still is. And he retired really well, and good for him. Along the way, his oldest son, my big brother, worked right alongside my dad, right? So my dad worked for 36 years in this paper mill, retired really well, had a family, right? 4 kids. Got taken for a financial ride in a divorce in his 40s, which was financially devastating, but he recovered to retire very well. My mom's in prison, actually, along with my sister. So that's interesting. So my dad, high school diploma, did the military thing, went to Vietnam, got a job in a paper mill and just worked his butt off doing maintenance for a few decades. Hard work, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Had kids, had a son who also graduated from high school, didn't do the military thing, but got into work on the maintenance crew right next to my dad. Right next to him. And how awesome is that, right? How awesome would that be for both of them, right? For my dad, like thinking from a father's perspective, I have kids, right? I love working with my kid. I love bringing my kid along on the paper route. And also from the standpoint of a son, having that relationship with my dad is amazing. So them working together side by side, like as somebody who loves them both and wants the best for both of them, that's just amazing. That's just like one of the most heartwarming stories of my existence, as my dad and my big brother working together side by side. So my brother's doing awesome, right? My big brother working side by side with my dad, who was doing this job that, took care of him and allowed him to retire comfortably. No, big brother's dead. Yeah, may he rest in peace. Working side by side with my dad, made, I would say, about a third of the money, maybe less than that, maybe a quarter, especially if you include like benefits and all of that. And that's, 10 years ago wages, 15 years ago wages, as opposed to making the same money in, let's say, the 80s and 90s when purchasing power was way better. No, it didn't work. Working that same job and doing the exact same thing and following in your father's footsteps and doing all the right things actually got him killed. Yeah, everybody called him a useless, worthless, reason for all of our problems and ills, and he's a white man, and now he's dead. And the world does not mourn him. But he kind of tells me that, as far as the world is concerned, the fewer white men, the better. And so anyway, that's kind of the deal there. This, this New Testament stuff, I don't know, not so much. I think we got to go back to some Old Testament stuff, if I'm to be honest with you. Samson out.